some money. Let's win some money. Let's win some money. Let's win some money.
On other shows that you see, what I noticed was those shows give great inspiration. You may see some people win a ton of money, whereas on this show, we usually win our money back. Just be mindful
Let's win some money.
that winning your money back is not as bad as losing all of your money. Oh, and for those that just tuned in, I know it looked like we have the chance to win big loads of cash. Of course, I'm keeping this one right here for myself. The reason is, well, I like to do these in little private sectors. And this one right here, if we go through this one right here, well, simply put, it'll just take too long to do. This show will be over in just a few minutes. So we take that one out, and I'll even dedicate that to the audience of the show, in which will probably be me anyway. So, first thing I like to do, whenever you go to a state like this state here, you'll notice that the scratch off tickets can be different. Some of them have the winning numbers on this side, which is the right side of the card. The others have them on the left side. In this state, for this scratch off, this winning number 2 is on the right side. How do we know it's a winning number? Well, let's scratch off and see. Well, it's not a winning number on that one. Usually, if you get a winning number on that first number and it matches, then usually all of the numbers will match. And you can just start jumping up and down. And since I said the word start, you notice that the second number is not the winning number either. Well, that's because where I'm from, there are no starts and no endings. If you want an explanation on that, you can talk to one of the show's producers. They'll let you know. And if that producer has anything to do with that number right there, the last one that I scratched off, then what a lucky man that is. Now, what I like to do is let everyone know when you scratch that off right there, you see the first number, it actually matched the winning number, and then you noticed it had another number right on it attached to it, and it lets you know that in this game here, you don't have to get lucky with the scratch off ticket. You can get lucky if you have $20 already. Of course, you'll have to go up on the Ave and talk to one of them girls. Now, this second row, what I noticed in this game here is this second row is usually the row that has the matches to the winning numbers. How do we find that out? First, we scratch off the second winning number,
Let's win some money.
And you see that number right there? It actually, it's sort of like shines through according to where the light is. You see it right there? It sort of shines through like that. That's when you know it's a winning number. Now, some people thought that if I scratch off this one right here, that it would match that number. So they was like, oh, this is, he just said, oh, that's the winning number. Well, it's not the winning number. I simply know it as winning number. That those two are the winning numbers because it says it right there. If you speak English and can read and write, it says right there winning numbers. It says those are the two winning numbers. This is how we know. So usually when I go into the store and I buy scratch off tickets, according to where I go, I usually look for signs like that on the ticket itself. Signs like that, it would say something like winning numbers, and you know that you are going to win some money. This is how this show actually was able to afford the funds to actually uh, whatever the shows be doing with the networks that for them to come out and and go public. That's what we called it back when we first thought about finding some producers for the show. Now, this right here is what everybody usually gets goosebumps. Since there were two winning numbers and there's only two spots left, well, logically, these must be the two numbers. So, that one right there, oh, this must be one of the cards where if that number right there matches all the way across to that number right there, and it looks like one of the winning numbers right there, they'll tell you you won that way. Other than that, you have to scratch the last number off. And if if you know about uh, lucky numbers and spooky numbers, well, as you can see right there, that's one of the spooky numbers to let you know to take this card back to the store immediately and let them know that their store is spooky and so is the cards that they're selling you. And if they don't believe you, you can see the number right there. It's a spooky number. It actually it shines through.
Let's win some money.
You can see the light. It shines right through. So before I take this card back to the store and let them know about their quality and customer service and why I should report them to the business revenue office and all of those other government places and get my money back that way, what I will do is let you know if you buy these cards right here, you notice it says right there, you reveal that number right there and you win double the prize shown. Now, I don't usually scratch off the prizes shown because that's just sort of like a slap in the face if you get a card like this one. So before I get slapped in the face, I'm gonna let you know that right there, it says right there, if you reveal that word right there, you win all of those prizes. Simply put, I don't even think they sell cards that reveal that word right there. So we're going to go to a commercial break, and when we come back, everybody will go to the second card on today's show of Let's Win Some Money. Warrior, 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 yay!
Win some money. Let's win some money.
All right, cameras rolling. We're on in 4, 3, 2, action. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Let's win some money. Now, for those that just tuned in,
Let's win some money.
today we're doing this one right here. Now, before we go scratching off uh, numbers and whether they're winning numbers or, although I'm not supposed to say this word on this show, one of the show's producers said that today I am allowed because earlier in the show we were swindled with a losing card. It had winning numbers on there and we didn't win. So what I will tell you is rather the numbers are winning numbers or losing numbers. Oh, today we are going to win some money or something like that.
Let's win some money. Let's win some money.
Now, I wanted to let that one know if you stole the card that I just put to the side to take back to the store, I'm gonna let you know you can steal that. It'll save me a trip to the store, and it'll let you know that even you have the potential to win some money. All you have to do is buy a card like this one here. Now, what we're going to do is, and I like to talk about this on one of our money making topics. Usually, if you're superstitious, you'll know that quarter right there that we scratched that off with wasn't our lucky quarter. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back into our long range of scratch off change, and we're going to get what I call one of the luckiest coins that have existed in the United States since the United States have been here.
Let's win some money.
Now, what we're going to do is we're going to use this and see if this is, hey, tell one of the camera the cameraman of the show, you know, you can sign your resignation today. I don't pay show's producers to have cameramen putting their hands in the cameras. That's right, security, get them out of here. Get 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 we another cameraman, come and get the camera. Hi, and welcome back to the show. Now, what we were doing was we were about to win some great tons of money. Now, one of the producers of the show said that I'll be taking too long when I scratch off the ticket. Well, as long as I ain't taking too long to get out of here, if I win, then ain't nobody should be complaining. Now, what we're gonna do is on this one, we're gonna scratch off this first number, and we're gonna let the other card know that although this is the same number that was on the other card as a winning number, y'all could have been talking about this card and not the card that was. Now, after that, what we like to do on these ones here is we scratch that that number off first. Now, if you notice, lucky numbers aren't always winning numbers. Since that lucky number right there wasn't one of the winning, wasn't the first winning number, it could be one of the other winning numbers. So what we do on this one is we go the other way, and we let everybody know that that first one right there. Let's remember one of the golden rules: if the first number is the winning number, then usually all of the numbers are the winning number. So we're gonna go back, and we're gonna scratch this number off right there. Dun, 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 dun. Now this number right here, through the talks of science and physics, this number right here can really get a person in trouble. Now, we don't look at any numbers as bad luck numbers. The word bad luck is bad luck to us. Therefore, it's still a winning number. It could simply get you in trouble at the airport when the security people say, hey, you're not allowed to carry so much money.
Let's win some money. Let's win some money.
You could get in trouble by scratching off that number, knowing that this card right here is one of the cards that the store merchant is probably going to commit suicide when he find out that he sold us the card. Now, here we are. We have the first row of numbers scratched off, and that first number wasn't none of those numbers. So what we do is we get a little more of what I like to call scientific energy in the card. Now, that card, that number right there, most likely will be one of these numbers. And these cards right here, they're a little bit different from the other card, since you see so many opportunities here. It's it makes you just want to start scratching off numbers without even paying attention to the show.
Let's win some money.
And if you were paying attention, you notice those first three numbers wasn't that number. So what we do is we scratch off this number right here too. And since none of those four numbers was any of the numbers, well, logically, we go to the next row of numbers. Now, if you notice, those three numbers, they have a dancey, up and down, shaky rhythm that lets you know to be prepared to win some money. Now, this, what just happened, is a very common event that happens when scratching off these scratch off tickets. What you do is you scratch it off so wild and crazy that you see part of the prize that you wouldn't have won. And we're not going to scratch off to see the entire total prize. What we will do though is scratch off the next number and let the prior number before that know that the next number is leading us to one of the matching winning numbers. And right there, that number, this is one of the talks in heaven. It lets you know whenever you buy a scratch off ticket, usually the signs of winning is right there in your face.
Let's win some money.
Well, what happened between me and this scratch off ticket? Right there, that number that we just scratched off, tells us the entire story. So what we'll do is we'll continue to scratch off numbers. And right there lets us know that earlier in the show, we would have actually won so much money if we would have scratched that number off on the other scratch off ticket that we had. So since none of these ones was the winning number, we're going to scratch off this row right here, and just like that, you see that? It was just 3 numbers ahead of the other number that we scratched off that let us know that we would have won if that number was that number right there. And if you start going down this row right there, it did it again. It let us know that we're getting close. That number right there, the first number, we thought we won. And then it says, wait a minute, it's still a little bit of the number left if you keep scratching. And then it lets you know that you didn't win with that number right there. So what you must do in that event right there is you scratch off this one right underneath it. And although it does the same thing as the one you just scratched off, at this point, you start getting a little feeling, usually in the stomach area, and it lets you know either you wasted your money or
let's win some money.
now this one right here is one of the spaces on the card that I found can be the space that have that sign, or one of the winning numbers right there in that space. Now, if you're feeling the same energy that I be feeling, then you know that we really want to go up to the top number right there and scratch and save that number for the last number, just to let everybody know why shows like this are even out there in public. We're not going to do that though. Not today, not on this show. Usually we wait to the annual Let's Win Some Money extravaganza is aired. Now, today we're just going to scratch it off and see.
Let's win some money.
And then when you notice, if you just scratch off a little bit, that number right there looks just like that number right there. And if it wasn't for the little connection part on the top of the last digit, then it would have actually been the same number right there. Now the last row, of course, is one of the most prominent numbers in scratch off ticket history. This lets you know that this is the card that you have waited all of your life to buy. This number right there could actually get you closer to the top prize on the card. Here it is right here. The number that you didn't expect to scratch off right there is right in your face. It is not one of the winning numbers. Of course, you didn't expect to scratch it off. Now, if you go to the next number after that, you know it is simply one number down on the number line, and it lets you know you're getting closer to what we call real life success. And just like any gambler would know, in the casino, they have an entire section for that number right there. It lets you know that when your number's being scratched off, gets the energy that is as big as casinos, that you are in the position, you, not me, this is you, for the fans out there, for everyone that had made this day possible. You are that much closer to winning some money. Now, we're going to go to a commercial break. When we return, everybody, we will get to the last segment of the show. This is where you can be that much closer to success. We'll be right back. Hey, any more? Geez, girls over there? All right. Yeah, set them down. And where's my makeup artist? I have saliva drooling off of my mouth. Yeah, get over and fix this stuff. What do you think I do these shows for? Tell the valet driver to have my car ready shortly. All right. Camera's rolling. Roll sound. We're on in 4, 3, 2, action. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the show. This is the last segment of the show, which is called Heart Pounding Pennies to Overseas Banks. On Let's Win Some Money.
Let's win some money. Let's win some money.
Now, everybody, if you are watching, this right here is the moment we've all been waiting for. Now, if your hands are shaking, I do understand. If you are farting, I do understand. If you are grabbing your wife on her thigh, I do understand. And boy, would it be great to be in your position. Everybody, take a deep breath. Understand how it feels to be in my position right now, knowing that this moment is not for me, but for you. We are scratching off the final winning number that could possibly match with one of the winning numbers that it takes to win some money. Everybody, close-up view. Shining light from the heavens. Now, this is where we go to see if any of the winning numbers matches this number right here. Numbers reveal. Oh! Well, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the show. Next week, tune in. Well, it'll be the week after next. We'll have the other cards from the other store. We'll see you the week after next on Let's Win Some Money.
Let's win some money. Let's win some money.